HEMOHIM today? Don't put your hand up. I'm sure who didn't take a HEMOHIM today. So if you're putting a hand up, it means you didn't take a HEMOHIM today. You're not supposed to. You're supposed to take a HEMOHIM today. Right. So HEMOHIM is Atomy's flagship product. And I mentioned not only in the meetings, even at the product day, we cannot really talk about Atomy without HEMOHIM. And we cannot really see the growth of Atomy business without making our consumers consuming HEMOHIM, right? And you might find, oh, you know what? This HEMOHIM package look a bit different. This is the HEMOHIM package in Korea. I was hoping that Atomy Canada will have the same package, but we haven't got it this one yet. In Korea, they have a package for 1 month. They also have a package for 2 months. So this package, this one is for 2 months. I'm sure I usually talk about HEMOHIM at least once a month, but I figured that we here product day here and there. I got into talk about other products, but today, let me quickly go over HEMOHIM. Probably this will give you a review of what is a HEMOHIM and, like some of the information you can proudly share to the members that you have. The reason I put CEO Hangye Park, because we went over the story already. CEO Hangye Park, he himself, he was a very successful businessman. He was a very successful in terms of doing an MLM. But since he opened IamKorea.com, right? He created a company, online company, year 2000. If you haven't known this story, he is a brilliant man. When there was not many people had internet even at home, he created online shopping mall. So he was really advancing in terms of technology. However, he could not make consumers fall in love or use the website. That's why he lost everything. And it's not only he lost financially, he also lost health. So when he went to see a doctor, the story we already know, he had a liver cirrhosis. It was really a last stage, and doctor told him he only have like 3 months. The story I heard, I've been hearing, he has 6 months, but the story I heard from Mr. Yoon when he came last summer, he said, oh, he only got, the doctor told him he only have 3 months. But what happened? I mean, why he looks so like handsome, like healthy, traveling many different global branches to promote Atomy? Because of a HEMOHIM. What happened with that 3 months? I think because of he has such a good heart and he wanted to really share the word of Bible. Miracle happened. I will say miracle happened. The chief doctor who is behind of creating HEMOHIM somehow knows CEO Hangye Park when he was young, when he was in university. So when he heard that CEO Hangye Park had a liver cirrhosis, he wanted to give HEMOHIM to CEO Hangye Park to give it a try, and that's where everything started. Right, he took a package. He can start walking. He can start walk further, and he can start running. And he's thinking of selling HEMOHIM. So after he regained his health, he made a deal with not Carrie, but Coma B&H, right? At that time, they didn't call it Coma B&H. It was like a Sun Biotech, right? It was a different name. But one reason, even myself, believe on the HEMOHIM product, it is created based on what technology, where they can make a space food. That's where my belief on HEMOHIM 100% went in. Oh, you know what? I shouldn't have any doubt on this product because I know. See, only 3 countries in the world have a technology to create space food, and Korea was one of it. Korean Atomic Energy Institute was one of the institutes around the world can create a space food, and with the technology, they came up with HEMOHIM. I didn't have a picture because there was a granola bar. Another picture that I have with a space food, actually, it's a granola bar. If you have tried a granola bar already, it's a bit sticky. They need to add something to make all the ingredients to stick together. You know what they have used it? HEMOHIM. So that when you eat the granola bar, you're not eating the nuts or other nutrient. You also taking the HEMOHIM. So HEMOHIM has this facts behind, and if you know more about HEMOHIM wasn't created for people like us. It wasn't created for CEO Hangye Park. It was created for the scientists working at the Korean Atomic Energy Research Institute. Why? Because the research and development they're doing it's pretty dangerous because they are exposed to higher density of radiation. Even us, we use microwave, even me in front of a computer, we are using cell phone. we're not talking about that level. We're talking about much higher level of exposure of radiation. Government requests them to come up with something. It's not a medicine. You need to come up with something to boost your immune system. Why? Because as long as a person has a strong immune system, they can really live a healthy life. As long as they have a really fighting mechanism, guard, anything comes to your body can tolerate it. $5 million has been given to Carrie, and it took 8 years. But from that 8 years, 3 years, it's already tested in a cancer hospital. That's why we can even recommend it to cancer patients. It's not because we hear, because some people say, oh, are we sharing to cancer patient because we had a great testimony from those those consumers? No, it is officially tested in Korea Cancer Hospital. It is on the record. So when they test this product, HEMOHIM, at the cancer hospital, they even indicate how many patients, what types of cancer. When they tested what they have noticed it, all the side effects with the HEMOHIM reduce it tremendously. Like something comes to your ballpark, like when people go through radiation therapy, chemotherapy, what side effect comes with it? They lose appetite, they lose hair, their skin color become darker. Some people even, how can I say, like the nail color change also. There are a lot of things that comes with those radiation chemotherapy. But what HEMOHIM will do, HEMOHIM will still help them to live trying to help them to stay strong for them to complete the radiation cancer therapy. By taking HEMOHIM, we're not suggesting them to, oh, you know what, taking HEMOHIM, you don't have to go for radiation cancer therapy. It is not that. Once a person has a cancer, I heard the doctor will tell them you need to go for how many sessions of chemotherapy. But after one session, I heard they go insane because it's horrible. They vomit, they lose all the energy. But what HEMOHIM will do, it will maintain their quality of lifestyle. HEMOHIM will maintain the appetite level. HEMOHIM will increase the number of white cells, so help them to go chemotherapy. From official information, official base, right? Research has been done. It's not just because we heard from the people who had cancer, they feel better. It's not because of that, right? So I want all of you to know that when we share HEMOHIM, we're sharing from all the research that has been done by Carrie, right? So this is another fact about HEMOHIM, that this is number one individual product selling across Korea, the marketing industry. I mentioned the product day even during our gym meetings in Korea, even way more than Canada. When you just search for immune boosting or immune related supplement, the health supplement in Korea, you get tons of information. You get thousands of information. But among that, for HEMOHIM being number one for 9 consecutive years, which means there's no question to be asked about HEMOHIM, right? There's a lot. And all those companies are spending their money to beat HEMOHIM, but there has been any other product which can beat the record of what HEMOHIM did for last 10 consecutive years. Sometimes we need to share ingredients. Sometimes we need to share the technology. But sometimes when I share those, sales revenue or how this product has been popular in Korea, some people believe the quality of the product already, because consumers, they are tricky to please. But if this product has been number one for not 1 to 10 years, there must be a reason. HEMOHIM already selling in 19 countries. But when you look at this picture over here, this is one part I always feel proud to share HEMOHIM, that we started with not even like 30. And this is not how HEMOHIM actually looked. It actually started with the pill capsule. But from 30, now we have 60. You all are lucky. When I started, it was only 50 per sachet. We cannot complete whole month. Every time we take HEMOHIM, we are like, can they just give extra 6 more sachets so we can complete a month? But amazing thing happened. A couple of years later, Atomy finally launched the 60 sachet of HEMOHIM, and at the time there was no price increase for doing that. So amazing thing about HEMOHIM is that there is a history. It's not a product. It's not a supplement. They just came out overnight. It went through a lot of history in it, right? And when this product first came out, before Atomy got involved, you all know the price of this product, more than $700. So question is, how many consumers can consume $700 box of a HEMOHIM? even if you are not doing well, even if you're sick, $700, it's a lot of money that for you to, cover every month for you to feel better. So that's a bit of a fact about HEMOHIM to help you understanding. So HEMOHIM, actually, it's not the name. The scientists came out, okay, what's the name of this product? Actually, it was not a product. Before coming to a product, it was a project. So government give them $5 million. So they need to come up with a project name because it was one of the classified, the research development, which they have to done it. So the project name was HEMOHIM. And I'm sure they didn't just come up with the name HEMOHIM. Hemo coming from hemoglobin, the protein contains in red blood cells that is responsible for delivery of oxygen to the tissues. And beside this hemo, there's H, hematogenesis, hematopoiesis, the formation of blood cells. That's why when people keep on taking HEMOHIM, seniors, what they said, I feel younger, I feel energized, not because of HEMOHIM has a caffeine, because that's one question I get sometimes. When I take HEMOHIM, I can really feel that there's some kind of kick in my body. I don't really need to take a coffee anymore. Is there caffeine inside of HEMOHIM? No, there's zero caffeine, but it's creating a red blood cells. That's why there are some seniors that I've seen even 5 years ago. I see them now. I don't really see any aging process for them. I can tell that they're actually aging backward, right? One of the difference, they've been taking HEMOHIM. And I for immunity, right? M for modulation. So HEMOHIM help with the circulation, HEMOHIM creates red blood cells, and it helps with the immunity, and it helps the modulation. So for me personally, I had a seasonal allergy where I got help with the HEMOHIM. What is the definition of having an allergy? When something coming into my body. So during spring, during fall, whenever there's a weather change, I get allergy reaction. If you have an allergy, you know like how horrible life is. Right? You sneeze, the 2 weeks of body aches, like a nonstop runny nose, like teary eyes, itchy eyes. Oh, it's worse than just having a cold. So I need to go through that for 8 years before taking it HEMOHIM. But once I took HEMOHIM, what HEMOHIM helped when my immune system was overreacting, with something coming into my body, it helps with the modulation. So when people say, is it HEMOHIM good for diabetes? Is it HEMOHIM good for cholesterol? Is it HEMOHIM good for this and that? We say, yes, it's good for everybody because it can help with the many places with a modulation. HEMOHIM also good with the ladies with the menopause because menopause are coming from, hormone imbalance. It helps to modulate it, right? If you have a low blood pressure or high blood pressure, it will pull it up, it will pull it down. It helps with everything, right? And even with the autoimmune disease, because some people say, HEMOHIM, if it's kind of overreacting, it's going to really boost up my immune system. Maybe it's not good for autoimmune. No, even autoimmune related issues, once those people take HEMOHIM, they see a tremendous improvement on their health. HEMOHIM, it became really popular even during pandemic. Why? Because people who die all of a sudden and people who can recover based on that number of NK cells in their body. So even people who didn't know about this one, but news everywhere talking about NK cells. So NK cells, natural killer cells, where in the bone marrow, it's like an army cell. More army cell that you have in your body, you can go fight. So that's why during pandemic, we were busier to share HEMOHIM because we know the benefit of taking HEMOHIM. This is a result this is the feedback we're getting from the people actually who got COVID virus. They said, you know what, I could not do anything. I lost a sense of a taste and all of that. But once I start taking HEMOHIM, 4 days I feel better. 3 days I feel better. And some of my friends who had a virus, even they recovered, they had some issues in their lungs. But I don't have any of it. Anything comes with aftermath of getting virus, I don't have any of it, right? So that's how important of having a NK cells. You want to see? Anybody have seen this one? This is a picture actually presented by Korean Atomic Energy Research Institute. For them, I told you it was a project. So they need to have a lot of documentation, a lot of reports for them to prove the effectiveness of the HEMOHIM. So this is actually what they proved. What you see over here, this is kind of bit darkish looking. I'm sure you can guess what this is. Anybody take one wild guess? It's a cancer cell. It's a tumor. It's a cancer cell. But by taking HEMOHIM, as what we have learned, it will create more NK cells, and see, even this cancer cell disappeared. So as I mentioned, this is not just like a random people create this diagram. It is provided by Korean Atomic Energy Research Institute. So this is official information. This is what they have witnessed. That's why they even decided to test it at the cancer hospital. And it will enhance cytokine production. If you type, so something to help you understanding NK cells, cytokine production, NK cells, it's like army cells. More army cell you will have a fighting gear. Like you will have like shields on. Right? Cytokine, it's kind of giving the signals. So when the cytokine is working fast, they know where to go protect, right? Your fighting mechanism in your body will work smoothly, right? So that's important of enhanced cytokine production and, enhance immunity. The general well-being, it will help you to maintain a healthy lifestyle. So HEMOHIM is not only for people who have a problem, because that's what some people think, I'm pretty normal, I'm pretty healthy. Why would I take HEMOHIM? For you to maintain your good health condition, maintain that lifestyle, you need to take HEMOHIM to make it longer. I was listening to one of the doctor. Actually, this was a part of Success Academy, I think several years ago. I was able to find that clip, and what he said, the importance of taking HEMOHIM. He himself, as a doctor, he said, I am 70, but starting from 60, I noticed a bit of change in my body. But why even healthy people should take a HEMOHIM? If you've been taking HEMOHIM, let's say 30, 40, it can help you to maintain the healthy lifestyle even when you turn 60, when you even turn 70, 80, you can really maintain that lifestyle. But he said, I didn't know anything about HEMOHIM. I'm 70 now. If I start taking HEMOHIM now, I'm sure it will be benefit for me, but not effective as a person who's even started earlier. So if you have any consumer, I'm pretty healthy. Tell them, if you really want to maintain your healthy lifestyle, take HEMOHIM to control. Okay? Help yourself to really maintain the healthy lifestyle. And immunocyte vitality, increase the biodefense. Right? So this is the information, you can even get it from the website. So this is another information, probably you haven't seen it, but it is part of the report from Korean Atomic Energy Research Institute. This is the actual picture. So we heard it so many times that even the healthy people, if we're exposed to radiation, this is what will happen. Our cells will be damaged, but by taking HEMOHIM, it will not go back to original form, but it can try to go back to its shape. Why, when people go through radiation chemotherapy, their energy level go down? Because it's not only targeting those cancer cells, it also targeting their healthy cells. So why taking HEMOHIM is important? That's why sometimes I send those pictures. You might not trust me because I don't have a medical background, but this is official information. When you go for radiation therapy, the reason your energy level, everything go down, yes, because there's a side effect comes with it, because even your healthy cell also being targeted. But by taking HEMOHIM, you'll try to go back to the original form. For the healthy people, right? For the healthy people, they have 1,800 number of immune cells here. But for the cancer patient, it will drop to 600 to 700,000. Right? So the number, you can even see visually, the number will drop. Okay, what are the three main ingredients? So before talking about the ingredient, when I listened to the lecture from the doctor, Dr. Byung Myung, who actually was a chief by the time when they were creating HEMOHIM, he said they really tried everything. Right? Even this angelic radics, synthetium officially, and then Pionica japonica, even when they got this one, 30% of this, 50% of this, they try many different ways. They even try different fruits, different herbs. Imagine 8 years of intensive. We're talking about the scientists working in that environment. So they're like a top-notch scientist, like a brain of the brain in Korea. So they said they tried more than 1,000 different types of ingredient, and out of all that, they picked this one. And certain percentage from angelic radics, certain percentage from officinale and then Pionica japonica, they combine it. One key point, this is all herbal ingredients. When I share this ingredient to some doctors who are practicing Chinese medicine, you know what they say? Ari, I have those one in my office. because they have a lot of dried herb in their offices. I have it. But the question is, when they mix this together and boil it, is it going to be same result as HEMOHIM? Answer is no, because they don't have a technology to remove the toxins. Because when you boil this herb together, yes, you might get some benefits, but still there are toxins. So when you're taking Chinese medicine, you cannot take 365 days. If you do, you die of liver failure. But we can take HEMOHIM for 365 days. We can take HEMOHIM for the rest of our lives because it doesn't contain any toxins. So if I just continue the ingredient which I just showed earlier, if you Google individually, those are all the benefit you will be getting from those individuals. However, what HEMOHIM will do, they have combined it. So by combining it and removing a toxin, you get all the amazing benefit. So you get synergy benefit from all different 3 ingredients, come up with the amazing benefit, can help many different areas in our health, right? Oh, okay, this is the information. I'm just giving you the shot. I'm sure many of you have it already. So sometimes when medical practitioner ask me about HEMOHIM, I cannot share based on my knowledge. I do share, but they want more information than I usually share the link. They don't ask me a question anymore because they believe what they read, right? Because some people, when I share, they think that I'm just trying to share HEMOHIM to sell HEMOHIM. So I don't want to give that impression. I have all those information. So now it is your duty, right? Now it is your job to check those informations, to believe how powerful this HEMOHIM is. Okay, send me those information. But whenever I send this one, I even have one of the group chat. When I post this one, I got a reply from one of the nurse practitioners. She said, "Oh, I didn't know HEMOHIM is posted in this website." She didn't believe it all this time. Doesn't matter how many information I've been posting on the group chat. She didn't believe any of the word. But now she noticed that HEMOHIM, it's posted on the medical journal. Oh, okay. So there's an ongoing research going on with HEMOHIM, and it's not only one category. Oh, it's a group with inflammation. I told her 1,000 times, but she didn't believe any of the word. But once she noticed that HEMOHIM has been posted many different categories in this medical journal, she had no problem taking it. Finding a hot button for people, it's all different. Some people just believe me from my experience, but some people will believe what they see on the website. Some people will believe the journals with what they will read on the official website. Right? Just take your time to go over. You don't have to go and read because some of the word it says like all scientific. So all these years we've been telling everybody, oh, HEMOHIM will protect and boost immune system. So immunity was a key word, right? But we say, it doesn't say it, but when I take HEMOHIM, I feel less tired. And some people think, is there a caffeine in it? That's why I feel less tired. I feel alert. Now it is approved. That's one thing that we should feel proud to share HEMOHIM. It's not just we are saying it, not what we are feeling it. It already has been tested. Okay. So probably there's no English translation with that one because there is a probably 4 or 5 minute explanation by a doctor regarding how HEMOHIM got approved for this dual function for anti-fatigue, how this level go down. Your fatigue level will go down once you start taking HEMOHIM. So there's a medical chart on it. So I'll try to get the chart and show it to all of you because once you see it, how can you not believe it, right? Doctors has been tested. Right. So we're not sharing the information based on our experience or the stories we have heard. We are sharing the information based on what doctors went on with the intensive trials, right? They tested. This journal over here, right? Phytomedicine Plus, in this journal, they are talking about how HEMOHIM is approved and it is also good for anti-fatigue. This study demonstrates that HEMOHIM reduced fatigue level and improved exercise duration. So if you want, I can send you the links. You can go and read more information. And another thing, so we have a dual function, not only immune boosting, it also helps with the anti-fatigue. And lastly, I think last year, HEMOHIM, it's approved for informed. So another meaning, informed choice is certified. So actually, this is a website for informed website. Once you go in, there are 500 types of a brand approved for this testing, which means, you probably heard the word doping. Some of the medalists, they need to give up right? They need to return the medal they have received because they found out they had some types of substance for them to, enhance their, exercise level and this and that, which is illegal. But HEMOHIM approved, which means just on the previous slide, I just mentioned that it's not only reducing a fatigue level, it will improve exercise duration. So it will be tremendously helpful for the athlete. At the same time, it's already passed the informed with this doping test, which means they can take without worrying about it. This will be another hit item for, athletes. And this, when you go to the website, you will get a lot of great informations too, right? So even just sharing the information, it is approved, which means HEMOHIM, it has all those ingredients. It will not harm your body, period, right? Even though it says herbal extract, it passed a doping test. It doesn't really have anything to harm your body. Because athlete, right? They will only take something really beneficial for their body. They will not take anything for them to return their medals or, for them to be deleted from the, like athlete list. They wouldn't do anything. Not smart. But for HEMOHIM being selected as an informed choice, we are writing another story, another chapter for HEMOHIM. This is the information. You can probably find it on the Atomy website. Some people, they actually write this number. Because some people really need to double check those information. Are they real? Are they really approved? So this is official registration number. If you just Google it right now, this one, US 0696, this number, you will see information on HEMOHIM. So these are the information I share to the people who doesn't believe in HEMOHIM, right? Because HEMOHIM is something that's the one thing. HEMOHIM is something never exists in this world and something they never heard of it. That's why we need to spend extra time to studying for it because okay, so one thing before I wrap up, one thing I want to talk about, once people taking HEMOHIM and when you share HEMOHIM, especially to the people who already taking different medications, this is my suggestion. Tell them they might experience a healing crisis, right? I will share from my experience that probably beginning of doing it at Atomy, even my knowledge on HEMOHIM was not so much. I had a basic information, but it wasn't so much. And I didn't know much of a healing crisis at the time either. When I went to Ottawa, I had my partner said she has a group in Ottawa. So we went over there. We met one lady. She was 80 at the time. She was already taking 10 to 12 different types of medication. But the partner who invited me to Ottawa, she was a doctor. She was a registered nurse in Canada. So I rely on all those healthy related information. So I said, and she said, based on HEMOHIM information, even if you're taking different types of medication, it's not going to interfere. It's not going to do any harm. So you can take HEMOHIM. So we left Ottawa already. And 3 days later, I received a phone call from my partner, not from that old lady. Sorry, I wouldn't say an old lady, the senior. So I got a call from my partner. She's saying that, oh, we might get sued. She said it as a joke. We might get sued. But as soon as I heard the word sue, I was like, what do we do? What happened? You remember the lady who were taking like 10 to 12 different medications? She having a diarrhea. From that night, she's tracking HEMOHIM. From the next day, she having a diarrhea, nonstop diarrhea. So of course, you know how uncomfortable it is. It's a nightmare when you have a diarrhea. And she said it's ongoing, nonstop diarrhea. So, and then when you have a diarrhea, it really drains your energy. So she took it the night and she had a diarrhea. So she thought maybe she ate something wrong. So she took HEMOHIM on the third day. Second day, she also had a diarrhea. And that's why she called my partner, who's a nurse. But somehow my nurse partner, I don't know how she knew about healing crisis, but she didn't use the word healing crisis. What she said, this is clearing up your body. You having diarrhea, which means all these years, how many years have you been taking all those medications? The toxins has been piled up in your body. So this natural supplement going in your body, it's clearing up. It coming out as a diarrhea form. So yes, experiencing diarrhea, it's not good, but I guarantee you will feel better once you continue taking HEMOHIM. So first, she said she doesn't want to take HEMOHIM. She doesn't want to continue because she might scare that she might faint of, too much going out, too much going to the washroom. But my partner told her, from my medical with my medical like background and with my knowledge, this will not harm you. She said instead of taking two, even just continue taking it in one. So what happened? The diarrhea kind of really, really happened for a week. Imagine, for a week. That's why she said she want to sue us for a week. But from the following week, she said she feel better when she wake up, and the number of times she go to washroom has been lessened. So as she explained, she didn't mention the word healing crisis as I just explained. She just mentioned as this HEMOHIM is working. You having any reaction with the HEMOHIM, it means it is working. And for you having a diarrhea can happen when you ate something wrong, but diarrhea also can happen when your body had too much toxin and HEMOHIM releasing all those toxins. So the good thing is, after a week later, this lady, she said she always have those ache when she wake up in the morning, but she said she doesn't have it anymore. So she was thanking, not really directly to me, but she called thanking my partner for not giving up on me, because she almost gave up on taking HEMOHIM, and she said, I'm going to call Atomy Canada. I'm going to support them for introducing HEMOHIM. So if any of you, right, if any of you experience that any of your any of your members having a diarrhea, just explain to them. HEMOHIM really cannot do any harm, period. Like I mentioned, period. This is natural. All those toxins has been removed with the technology of Korean Atomic Energy Research Institute. So probably this chart might help you. So see, for the people who have conditions before, right? So if they had a blood circulation disorder before, they might feel, right, pain in the shoulder, numbness in the head and feet, fever. I had several people who said, you know what, I'm start taking HEMOHIM, but I catch a cold. They didn't catch a cold. It was a part of a healing crisis. If person who has a problem with the lung, they will have a heavy coughing. So like I mentioned, it's not a negative reaction. Actually, it's a positive reaction that HEMOHIM is actually working. For the skin related allergy or atopic, extremely dry skin, so atopic skin, or people with acne, worsening symptoms of allergic acne, eczema acne, it will worsen and it will get better. Okay, so if you hear any negative, don't get scared, because I was really scared at the beginning. But after learning more information about HEMOHIM, I know this product is safe. I don't get scared anymore. I just trying to figure it out how I can make this person understand that it's not really a negative thing. You should be happy that HEMOHIM is really working out to correct the issues that you are having. Okay, who can take HEMOHIM? Basically everybody. If you listen to, I think I posted on my YouTube channel that we had a one session probably during pandemic with Dr. Anna. She loved horseback riding, and she also gave HEMOHIM to horse. When her horse was sick, she gave HEMOHIM to her horse. And we even have a story that pet owners, they are giving HEMOHIM to their pet. Not only dog or cat, we even have an image of giving it to a bird. So seniors, athlete, everybody can take HEMOHIM.